Okay, so as you can see here, there's this little white S right below the trigger, which signifies that the gun is on safe. This uses quite a unique fire selector switch. In order to change it to fire mode, you spin this little wheel so that that 1 is directly below the trigger, which dictates that it's on semi-auto, and then if you click it again, there's an A, which dictates that it's on the full auto setting. And this is really nicely placed because it's made so that you can actually, while you're holding the gun, you can switch fire selector right there with just that one hand, and you don't have to use your second hand to do it. So that's the fire selector, and now we're going to keep looking at the gun. Okay, so what you're looking at now is grips of the gun. So if you can imagine this, if you're a righty, like me, your right thumb is going to come through this hole. Your middle ring and pinky fingers are going to be around this grip, like on a normal rifle. And then your index finger, which is going to be controlling the trigger, is going to come through here. Now, in your second hand, your middle ring, index, and pinky finger are all going to be on this grip right here, and then your thumb is going to wrap around and go in there, and that's why it's got this oversized trigger housing, so you can fit both your index finger on the trigger and your thumb wrapping around here. And right here, inside the rear thumb hole, you've got the latch that exposes the hop-up, and we're going to take a closer look at that now. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the latch for the hop-up. And if you just come in here with a finger, it's pretty easy to just pull that back, and that exposes the hop-up wheel. Now, one of the things I like about this gun is that it's pretty hard to turn this wheel, so once you get the hop-up sighted into the spot that you want it, it's probably not going to get jingled out of place. And to turn it towards the camera, so in your direction is more hop-up, and away from the camera is going to be less hop-up. So you can just reach in there with a finger, and just bit by bit you can turn it either way you want. And so yeah, that's the hop-up housing. Okay, so moving back behind the grip, back here, of course you've got your magazine that's in the gun right here, and right here is actually your magazine release. In order to take a magazine out of the gun, there's one of these on each side. Just push it back, and then the magazine should just pop upwards, and you can slide it back and out of the gun. And then here on the bottom of the gun, behind the rear grip, is a recess in the body of the gun where shells would normally be ejected on the real steel firearm. But of course that serves no function here, so that's just kind of a little show area. There's no actual function there. And now we're gonna move to the back of the gun to go to battery installment. Okay, so in order to get the battery into the gun, the first thing you're going to have to do is remove the butt plate. So there's a little button here on the bottom of the butt plate. You just push that in as you push the butt plate down, and it'll just pop right out. And now to get the battery in, you're going to take your fuse, and you can push it down into this little box right here, and it'll just kind of stay in there. I'm not sure if you can probably see that. And then you just take your battery, and without connecting it, you slide your battery down into the gun. You connect your wires. Let me just do this really quick. Connect your wires, push them down in there, and now that the fuse box is down in that little recess, it shouldn't be too hard to get your wires to fit in there. Put back on your butt plate, and then while pushing on this little button again, pop it back into position, and you're good to go. The battery's installed. Okay, so now in order to field strip the gun, what you're going to want to do is remove the magazine, put the gun on safe, preferably take out the battery, but that's not always possible. And you're going to turn the gun up, and with the battery removed, if you can see that little button right there, you're going to push that down, apply a good amount of force, and you'll hear it pop, and then this whole upper receiver will just slide off. And so now you have the two parts of the gun. You have your upper receiver, which includes your plastic hop-up, your all-metal charging handle, flash hider, and whole rail system. Then you have your lower receiver, which includes your fire selector switch, your trigger, your grip, and your gearbox back here in the stock. And so, as I just said, everything here is metal. Just about everything here is plastic. And this gives you a closer look at your all-plastic hop-up. This right here, that little section of the hop-up, is actually what you see when you open the latch on the bottom of the gun. And then here you have the spring for your charging handle. It runs along the barrel. And speaking of the barrel, it is an all brass inner barrel, and it is 243 millimeters long, which is the same length as the G36C, which proves that this gun is not just a CQB gun, because most people think of the G36C as more of a mid-range gun for short to mid-ranges, and so that means that this gun, in theory, should be able to shoot just as accurately as the G36C, because it's the same barrel length. And so now, putting these two pieces back together, you're just gonna slide them into place, and you're gonna see that little button. You're gonna push it down, and you're gonna have to apply a good amount of force to get this to snap back into place. Just pull it until you see that button pop back into the hole, and now you're reassembled and you're ready to shoot. Okay, so in conclusion, this is a great, sturdy, effective, unique AEG that we would recommend to any airsoft player for 3 reasons. The first is its structure. It's very sturdy, it's very stable, and it does not feel like it's going to fall apart on you. Number 2 is its uniqueness. This really sets you apart from other players you're going to see on the field and brings a breath of fresh air onto the airsoft market when you're seeing so many guns that look just like the one next to it. And the third reason is its price. We bought this gun for $165 on Airsoft GI, which, when you think about it, is a great deal because you get 2 magazines, charger, battery, and a very effective AEG. So yeah, we recommend this gun to both collector and hardcore airsoft player that's going to be at the field every weekend, because this gun is both unique and effective. So that's just about it. Thanks for watching our review.